Going on, everybody? We're going a little bit early. This is B from Kong's R Us, along with Mrs. Kong's R Us, who just took a bite of some delicious beef. You have no idea what that is, huh?
It is deliciousness.
It's delicious.
It's so good that your mom, my mother-in-law, called around all these restaurants in Long Beach.
Mrs. Kong.
Just Mrs. Kong.
Yes.
Mrs. Kong, just to make sure I had this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is lovely.
Yeah, so normally on weekends, we always like to go visit places, do all the things, Saturdays and Sundays, support local businesses. We supported this crazy local business in Long Beach called Crystal Thai Restaurant.
Yep.
Real little mom and pop restaurant that serves Cambodian Thai food. Super delicious, has this food.
But
they have a interesting menu. Their menu.
There's a lot of foods.
Yes.
No price. Have you? No, and then no price and cash only.
Yeah.
So can you imagine,
like, right there,
the anxiety going to eat at this restaurant where you don't even know the cost of the price? It's cash only, and you're just like, good God, I hope and there's no ATMs nearby.
Yeah. So you got to bring all the cash, and it could be a little bit expensive, but we're supporting local business, and don't want to say what happened next, but the food itself that we did eat was good, right?
It was good.
We did have to return a dish. Let's just say that. But otherwise, it's good. And she's eating her pahok. It's people are thinking about like, what is Cambodian food? By the way, people are wondering like what ethnicity I am. I'm Cambodian. My wife is Cantonese Chinese, right? And so we have a Chinese Cambodian family. She definitely identifies, I would say, recently with wanting to learn more about Cambodian culture, heritage, foods, and all the things. And so when people think like, what is Cambodian food? I would say it's very similar to Thai, Vietnamese food.
Little bit. I was explaining to our son that like the very thing that defines Cambodian food is this fish paste. And then if you had to compare it, like in Vietnamese culture, they use the shrimp paste.
Yeah.
But it's not fish. It's fermented fish. Basically fish cooked in fish oil until it disintegrates. And then you smush it into a pulp.
It's called prahok.
And you put it in everything. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's very fragrant. Very much umami. It's pungent. That's what I've been told. It's pungent, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. But like, if you've ever had to ask your friend, like, "Oh yeah, I had Cambodian food," just say prahok, and people are like, "Oh shit, yeah."
But we're gonna be eating some good food pretty soon. I'm gonna be leaving Mrs. Kong's rest. We're gonna be going to Las Vegas. There is this amazing Thai restaurant that I want to take a couple of folks to.
You should ask him for his opinion.
I should ask him for his opinion.
Hello.
Mr. 19K Fox,
how's it going? How are you?
You got a beverage in hand?
Yeah, you got a beverage. Do you like Thai food?
Sure. I don't know that I've had much or even knew that I was eating Thai food. I'm up for anything though. B, I'm down for whatever.
Oh my goodness, there's gonna be a lot of fried prawns.
Oh, absolutely.
We're gonna culture Mr. Roberts with some of the best Thai food
You're Mike now?
had. What's that?
You're Mike now?
Am I?
First name, last name.
I know, first name.
Yeah, I know.
Social security number.
I'm Robert. I'm not saying Mr. Robert Foxworth.
Hey, I have been to Hong Kong and I ate something. I have a picture of it. I think I showed you. It was in the water, in the saltwater tank, right? And they had it. It looked like the tail of the lobster, but it was in a 2-liter plastic jug.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was good though. It was really good.
Just a lobster.
Like a lobster tail without the body. But yeah, tastes like
it happens. It happens.
Yeah. What can you do?
Let's say happy birthday to Mr. Nelson. He said his birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Happy belated.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much for everybody else that's hanging out in the chat today. Jason saying it's a stick of truth, 19K Fox. I watched 19K Fox's last stream where he absolutely demolished RK1UP's most recent social media blunder. Yeah, I don't think Mrs. Kongzuras has even noticed what happened.
It had to be done.
I'm curious.
It had to be done.
Well, you wouldn't find it on your social media anymore because it's no longer there. It's been taken down.
Did someone screenshot it?
I did.
Yeah.
Can we see it?
Yeah. Do you still have it on your computer? Can you pull it up?
Yeah. You know what? I do. Give me just one second.
All right, because Robert likes to make these fancy slideshows for his show this week, number 130. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. 130 episodes. Yeah.
Actually, I used to like number the episodes I was doing for.
Did you really?
Yeah, but then I was starting doing podcasts like all random sorts of times. Sometimes they were on Thursdays, sometimes they were on Sundays. I had what shows I did on Sundays with her versus I have no idea what number of shows I've done. Wow. But anyways, this is said social media post. What do you think of that under Instagram? Anything wrong that you see there?
Why are there fuzzy boots on the couch? That's so wrong.
Besides that.
Yeah. An infinity game board table, right? Kind of like precariously placed there. But it was from the
Kanye West.
It was Kanye West's tweet. So, do you think Arcade 1UP's main audience identifies with Mr. Kanye West?
I don't know. He was selling a tons of Yeezys until, like, he did his thing.
Until he did his thing, essentially, right? And so he's become, as to Fox's point, a very controversial character, polarizing
character.
Well, I say character because these are some of the comments that came out from the folks in those Instagram posts that, hey, you support a guy that loves. I love the way you phrased it.
The bad guy from World War II.
That guy from World War II, yeah. And so it really kind of turned off many of their fans. And it's not the fact that they posted this; it was that the repost of it to their core audience versus letting the celebrity just kind of reach their audience, which is kind of what you want. You want people posting on their network and helping the brand, but to your audience, I think. Yeah,
so it's totally okay that Kanye West likes it, but the fact that Arcade 1UP retweeted it.
Yeah, and
they can't. Yeah, they can't control if a celebrity does their thing. That's fine. But to like it, to take it, to repost it, to blow it up everywhere. I mean, you open yourself up for the criticism.
Yeah, I'm curious, Mr. Konsolkins' take on this. How's it going, Justin?
Good, man. How you doing?
We're trying to blast Arcade 1UP for their latest social media post. Well, actually, I'm piggy-tailing on Fox's beautiful slides because
you're going to blast a reblast
extended.
Yeah, I was watching the replay, so I wasn't able to. I had to take trash out, and it was a little extensive today. So I was in the middle of listening to 19K Fox. I got to the Maya Arcade, but I'm not quite to the Kanye West blast. So I don't know what's been said on it already, but in our group chat, I had suggested by way of question. Why is the Infinity logo just sitting there? Because I assume, like most gaming devices, again, I don't have the Infinity game board, but I assume that's the screen you see as it's booting up. Maybe 5-10 seconds, it goes away, and then you're in a game selection. You pick a game, now you're in the game. So why would it show the Infinity game board? I'm wrong. Those in the chat, if you have an Infinity game board and that's like a standby screen, please correct me. But here's what I'm thinking. It's more of a, hey, sit down. Okay, this game is booting up. Hurry up, let's take a picture. Because Arcade 1UP paid us to do this.
Oh.
Could be wrong, but why is there an Infinity game logo in a very, it's like,
very interesting product placement, not a very natural.
That's right. It's very product placement, like it's subtle, but like there enough for you to see it for curiosity states. And again, I asked the question: does anyone own this machine? And does the logo show?
That's what Toxin's saying. He said it's the logo because it's a paid ad, right? So
that means, in my opinion, this is David McIntosh intentionally reached out to the Kanye West group and said, we love you. We want to support you. We want to pay you. Please accept this endorsement. We'll give you $1,000 or $5,000, whatever the price is. I don't know what it is. You tweet it, we retweet it. And they said, we like money.
We like monies. And it does, like, I mean, from a Photoshop standpoint, there is some glow on her fuzzy boots. So it could be.
Oh, you think they just took the shot of it and Arcade 1UP actually superimposed?
I mean, I think it's possible, right?
The glow could be reflection, right?
Yeah, it could be the light from the tablet.
Light from the tablet.
If it's physically there. But these are all good. I don't know. I really don't know. It's weird.
And thank you, Fox, for sharing the rest of these kind of fun comments that were either on their Facebook group about people's reactions to this, from here and here. So thank you for snapshotting this, because again, the internet never hides. Everything's forever once it's on the internet, right?
Forever.
And could you guys do me a favor? Let's take a can we take a pause on this is a show, right? And there's type of topics that you don't want to cover, like politics. Let's pause that for a second. I don't care about anyone's views. But I know nothing about Kanye West, his views, why people would or wouldn't like him. Could someone explain that to me? Like I'm a 5-year-old.
B, this is your channel. Would you like to do it, or
is there a way to answer it? Like, let's say maybe starting the sentence with some people's views are.
Yeah. That's a great point, because some people's views are, for and myself, not knowing the full story. All I know is that he's made people, angry by going onto podcasts, saying things like, particularly not only I don't even remember hearing the part where he's supporting leader. I remember him talking about being very anti-Semitic in terms of his comments, right, in general. So that he would say things about there's a whole book that he really pushed that was supporting anti-Semitic language, right? So that was from a while back. I remember him doing the thing to Taylor Swift. I don't know if that still gets people polarized or what.
I don't think so.
There's too many Swifties that are Arcade One Up fans that hate what Kanye did to Taylor. It could be just that he's an asshole, and some people just don't like associating with that.
Let me ask a second follow-up question.
Yeah.
Do you think he actually believes that, or do you think that is his marketing tactics? Just kind of like say those things because they're polarizing, so it causes attention.
I think he's a little unstable. I think mentally, Kanye needs some attention. I think honestly, legitimately, I think he needs a little help. But because famous people kind of get to do whatever they want, there's not a lot of people around them saying, hey, you should rein that in. You should maybe watch what you say. They don't have people that care enough about them to tell them no. Sometimes if you really love somebody, you'll tell them no to pull them back. But it's so does he believe all that stuff? I don't know. It could be the ramblings of somebody, just maybe the thoughts are spiraling and he's just on a thought path. Sometimes we do that. We go down this train. So I don't know. I can't question somebody's motives. I would never do that. I'm not in their head.
That makes sense.
I don't know. But he said some of the worst stuff out there. And my point was this: why would a small home arcade company ever even consider doing something that was mildly controversial?
They haven't tapped that market yet.
Well, you're right. I forgot. That's the whole thing.
There's a whole bunch of people that love Kanye West, and we haven't sold to them yet.
We haven't. I guess that's absolutely true.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, he's polarizing for one thing, and it's hard because throughout his music career, he's a talented musician, artist, right? And so some people enjoy his content, his music.
Sure.
And sometimes you want to separate the person from the artistry, right? Sure. Michael Jackson was that way. You have Kanye, you have other people now that are just like, hey, you have Elon Musk. Some people hate Tesla because of the person, but the product is fantastic, right? There are a lot of people still that whatever you do, it's hard to attach yourself, because now you're like, do I have this product? Am I now endorsing this person that actually makes me feel this way? So I think that could be one of those things for people that are truly offended by his content. Now they own products where now the company is endorsing that. So I would
say at the end of the day, you know what? Each person is entitled to their own opinion. Respect it. That's their opinion. But just do right by your community.
Yeah.
Love each other, respect each other. We're all here on this earth together in a very short duration. So do what you can. But with that said, I love the fact that somebody called out, there's this place called Secret Pizza in Cosmopolitan Hotel.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Vegas right now.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, did you see Game Room Theater says he's going to be at CES too?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So we have Game Room Theater saying, dude, let's hook up.
Sweet.
Game Room Theater. Let us know.
Theater,
reach out to us.
Pizza place. I mean, let's y'all go to the pizza.
So here's what I want to do during today's show. I do want to talk about CES in general, but there are things in Vegas that maybe the chat and you guys have done in the past. I'd love to get together a list of things that people recommend doing in the Vegas space. And this is one of them. This is one of our favorite things, Headshake TV. Mrs. Kongzares has pointed out, because we've stayed at the Cosmo, and this place literally called Secret Pizza.
It's literally Secret Pizza.
It's no signs. It's not advertised anywhere. It's a hole in the wall spot, but they have really good white
New York style pizza. And it's a wonderful white sauce.
Yeah, it's
oh my God. Garlic and
Alfredo.
white bean sauce.
Ooh, really?
We even have a cheese cannon dish that she stole.
We will not disclose how we got the container.
There was no
theft. She becomes very kleptomaniac when she drinks. So,
To each their own. Anywho, so that's that one place. We talked about Thai food. So, console kids, I hope you like Thai food, because Kongzaras loves this one little place called Lotus of
Siam. We got to put that on the list.
It is completely family style. So be prepared to eat tons. Bring it back to the hotel room and continue eating.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got
Down with
Lotus of Siam. That's on our list.
Are we gonna do the Hall of Fame this time? We didn't.
Yeah,
Oh, what
I
Hall of
literally
Fame?
Pinball Hall of Fame.
Oh,
we have
okay.
I had a bunch of things saved on a quick list of tabs, but it just closed on me now.
What? While you're fixing that, I was
And I hit
watching
the X
19K
button.
Fox's
You know, there's a
podcast.
history. You
Yeah,
just pull up the history.
I'll bring it back up in just a second.
Okay.
But like, when was the last time you went to Vegas, Fox?
We did a job. I built believe it or not, built an ice plant there.
No way.
Yeah, I did. I actually did.
Well,
And then,
Christoph Tolley would build an ice plant.
of course, it's hot there. I actually built a couple of them there. One of my clients is one of the major airline carriers, and it was probably a year ago, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was recent.
Okay.
Yeah, very
And
recent.
that's
Yeah.
when we went last year, right? That was the
Yeah,
last time we went.
that was
But
last
before
time.
that, when was the
I'm
last time
so
you went?
jealous, by the way. I wish I
Is
could
it
have been.
CES like way back?
2020.
2020. All right. Cool. So the one place that I always go to whenever I travel anywhere is Pinball Map. And Fox did a whole stream, talking about pinball.
I knew I was gonna get it. I knew.
I know. So did you watch that portion of it, Fox?
I did. I watched it. I just have to say, you're a genius, because what you basically did in your show is let me talk about why I don't talk about pinball, and then you proceeded to talk about pinball for like 30 minutes.
You see what I did there?
Because we're a pinball channel.
It's like,
I flipped it.
You're not a pinball channel, but you're clearly talking about pinball, and you left out everything that I plan to share with you at CES. Because I'm going to tell you something very simply, and everyone in the chat, this is a 100% fact. I'm explaining your future to you. All roads in video games lead to pinball. Someone told me that. I didn't believe it. It eventually happens. It just hasn't happened for Fox yet. It doesn't mean you have to buy a machine. It just means there's a point where instead of opening up the app TikTok or YouTube Shorts to get your dopamine hit, you instead put a quarter in a pinball machine for your dopamine hits.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
There isn't a pinball machine sold at Costco, because I feel like every time y'all go on a trip together,
we gotta go to Costco.
Go to Costco and buy something.
That's a good point.
You know, in Vegas, put a pinball there. There's somebody that we know that will go and buy.
Vegas, don't do it. I can't, because it's compulsory. I would actually have to do it if it was a Costco. Yeah,
pinball is the arcade community's like greatest kept secret. And speaking of secrets, Glairzilla with the $4.99 super chat. Oh, you see what I did there?
Yeah, big transition.
He says secret pizza is fire. That white pizza is fires. If you know, you know. Have a great show, B and Mrs. Kongzaras. Thank you so much for that $4.99 super chat.
You know, Glairzilla, $4.99 will pay for one of those slices of pizza. Actually.
We have to go to secret pizza now. It's like that good. It's at the Cosmo, and
it's $5 or less, I think.
Yeah.
Is it on your spreadsheet already?
It will be. It'll be on the spreadsheet, and it's best at like 1-2 a.m. after you've hit like a bar or club. But I don't know. That was like way back in our actual clubbing days. Did you ever go to Vegas for the clubbing scene? Are you guys like Omnia fans or any of that sort of
Encore?
No. Are we gonna go to a club? Are we gonna get our rave on?
I would never do such a thing.
Dude, can you imagine the three of us trying to get into a club in Vegas these days?
I'm on the list. I'm on the list.
You're on the list?
19K Fox would be like, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
I'm the host of the podcast this week.
Call ahead.
Wear your like 19K Fox t-shirt too. Dude, Justin and I actually went to a bar arcade with the bouncer that actually recognized us in Vegas.
Like,
what?
You Beacon? Are you console kids?
Yeah.
And he was like, here's
sick.
a whole bunch of tokens. He just hooked us up.
He did. He gave us free hookup to the
because he was all like, I bought 7 machines because of you guys.
Quarters, don't spend all at once.
Yeah, so barcade meetups, maybe that's where our scene is these days.
Okay.
Like, Talkman says he hasn't been in a while, but he ran into Mike Tyson recently. Right? Jason says, if I ever tried slice of Pizza Hut or Domino's, you keep it a secret too. We're actually eating Domino's right now. Favorite pizza spot in general? Do you guys have a favorite?
Wait.
Pizza spot?
Pan Pizza Domino's. Is that what you got?
It's our regular one.
Hand toss?
Yeah, we're the
pan.
cheap one,
We're
not
the
the pan one.
The pan's $1 more.
I mean, Domino's, I don't know. There's some people that hate Domino's, but like 10 years ago or so, they like completely changed their recipe. I think
good.
The best.
Garlic crust.
I'm into Domino's. It's my jam. $6.99. In fact, all right, speaking of pizza, I mean, we're talking pizza a lot. Mrs. Kong's Us and family, we were at Lowe's today trying to buy some glue and plants. There is a vending machine called Micro Pizza. Micro Slice Pizza USA that will microwave the pizza for you in the vending machine and then spit out this square looking brick that looks like cafeteria school pizza.
Was it good?
And I only noticed because they actually spent $10 to eat the pizza. When we could have spent like $10 and gotten a full pizza from Domino's.
Look. The thing said we're going to cook it for you in 3 minutes. It shut out the pizza in 2 minutes.
It's the experience. It's like an easy bake oven. Yes.
Pizza in 2 minutes? Okay. It was lovely.
I know. That's what I'm saying, right?
You missed
All right. Oh, we got a $2 super chat. Hello, Mr. Wright's Retrocade. Canadian 279. CES 2025. Arcade Bros meetup.
Are you called the Arcade Bros now?
I don't know. We're called this.
Maybe we're not Arcade Bros. He's inviting us to a meetup that he runs that's called Arcade Bros.
He's already got one, and we're invited.
He's already got one. He's like, "Are you coming to my?"
Well, remember when Mike a long time ago, even before we did Chicago, was talking about home arcade kind of a meetup? Vegas was a natural destination that people were thinking about going to if it wasn't going to be at a convention.
Yeah,
it is a nice hub city for people to like visit. So
it's
that
cheap
could
to
be
get there.
But I love the fact it's called Arcade Bros. Can you all be wearing like your white tanks with a shirt that says Arcade Bros and
with like oil stains?
Like we should have matching T-shirts and like we can walk around everywhere.
Make us some iron-ons.
Yeah,
you make that.
I like that. Thank you so much for the 279 super chat. I appreciate that. All right, maybe we meet up at Game Room Theater at Secret Pizza. So let's connect, Game Room Theater. We'd love to meet up with you. And I saw a couple other folks that I follow that are going there too. So I do have a list of people that I'd love to kind of connect and reach out to. Have you guys ever watched All About TKK? Do you guys know who that is?
I don't think so.
He started making Arcade 1 content right when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out because he's a fighting game channel, but no, he's a TV channel. But then he has arcades and he was got an NBC too. So that's when I started watching him. So we can connect with him. And there's a couple of people that follow us in the home arcade space too. Like Eden Amoroso has been watching a lot of our content too. I hung out with last time. So there's some people. And we hung out with, Angelo last year?
Angelo he's in the chat. I was just asking him if he was coming this year.
Angelo, what's up? Here it is. Okay, Emporium in Vegas. Okay.
Emporium.
Yeah, they've changed the names of their stuff. Okay, so let's talk about other list of things we're gonna do. We'll talk food. If you have other food things, let's talk other like arcade pinball related locations that we potentially should go to. So this is Pinball Map, and so I tell you about this, Fox, because there is no arcademap.com.
I'm telling you. All roads lead to pinball because I was talking to a guy today. He's all into redemptions. I'm like, start with Pinball Map. Is there a redemption map? I don't think so.
I included a caveat in my live stream. I was like, I don't know, but that AC/DC table.
Yeah,
that was pretty sweet.
Well, this is
he's
how
gonna
I
get one once they make the remake of AC/DC next year. Or this year, maybe this year.
We've talked about Pinball Map a few times on our channel, but this is because you travel so much. I think this would be something that would benefit you. I found more arcades because of Pinball Map than me trying to look up arcades in a particular city.
I think more importantly,
we told this. Sorry,
you found ways to burn time by going to arcades close by. So you get a flight in. You don't want to check into the hotel room because you can't check in. It's too early to eat because who wants to eat at like 2 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
You look for pinballs.
We gave this info to 19K Fox 2.5 years ago. And not once after the 73 trips that he's done on the business, all he wants to do is work. He's like, hey guys, if you hit one in the chat, if you follow Robert, I can't say his last name because if you follow him on Facebook, all you'll ever get from him is I'm traveling to this place. Now I'm traveling to this place. Now I'm traveling to this place. But never ever have I seen him. Oh my God, I'm at this arcade and it's amazing. That was 3 blocks
Johnson City, Tennessee. I found a great one. It was really, really cool.
Okay. One time in 2.5 years.
Every time he goes to his place, he's probably in his head, do you want to build a snowman?
He's the Iceman, so
so that's what he's doing.
He's literally Christoph.
It makes sense.
But hey, when you love your job, you love ice. That's all you think about, and that's great. But some of us want to like, hey, let's go to Pinball Map. We find a barcade in my area,
Mhm.
play some games, have a drink,
All right.
then go to my hotel.
All right, Angela, people do. They look at the ones, right? People are just like, hey, we see Fox traveling everywhere. All right, so we got to start with this. Obviously, the biggest thing on Pinball Map that you see is this location with 346 machines. Not just pinball. They have a lot of coin op machines there too. You will find some other classic coin op things too. So here's the thing about Pinball Map. They only show you the list of actual pinball machines. I would love it if, and sometimes they do, will add descriptions that tell you if there's more stuff that's there. And sometimes you'll find out on the website. So for example, Pinball Hall of Fame is here. Absolutely, this is a must-have. We didn't get to this last time, Justin, but we have to make sure this is on our list this time around because we have a couple extra days.
I wonder what's in that building.
It's right next to the airport now. It's across the street from Mandalay Bay. And this is about maybe 5 years old. It used to be off strip in this little tiny hole in the wall, but now it's much bigger. And while they do have a large selection of classic arcade games and even modern stuff, they have a stern wall. I'd have to say there's a good percentage of the machines that are down or need support or work. So it's not the best, even though they have.
You can also get like a molded version of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck there. If folks who like remember going to Disney for that.
Yeah, so it's a really cool place to play, but it's not the best pinball place that I've been to because of the number of things that have been down. Like their Attack from Mars has been down for 2 years.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Like, you know, there's some machines that are just like, you like to play them. And even the ones that do work, like there's like, you know, lower powered flipper coils and things. And they have a decent coin op library there too. So they have regular retro arcades there, shooters, some racing cabinets, 2-screen, you know, they have a racing, I think they have a Star Wars pod racer too. So they do have some cool arcade things that we can definitely make some content there too. Yeah. So do they have our game list of stuff? So this is their game list. Do they even include their
Stern?
These are all their Stern stuff.
Williams. Wow, they only have one Williams.
Gottlieb's, 720. Yeah, so they have other stuff here. It's just a lot to look at. You can look at stuff, and not every website will have a place like this. The place that we went to last year was actually at this kind of place called Area 51. It was this really cool
with
place.
Aliens?
No, but they it was within the Area 51 location, but they now changed it to call it's called Asylum now. It was called Emporium last year. But it was a little upstairs little bar with a pool, really fun things there, 12 pinball machines, 32 classic games, craft beers. And it was like an upstairs and a downstairs. So this is a cool spot. So we can definitely hit up this spot again if
that
we
one
want.
had
that looks good.
Was it Theater of Magic was there?
Very
good.
Like there was like a Avatar. That was pretty cool.
Avatar was great.
Yeah.
And then they had like Simpsons Pinball Party or one of the Simpsons. No, it was like a different Simpsons.
But if we want to, this time if we can, this is super expensive because everything is always expensive. I'd want to try to go to Area 15. Sorry, it's not Area 51. It's Area 15. There's actual things where it's like a grocery store, and then you try to like walk your way through it. Oh, there's something called the Illuminarium. We have to do that, right?
Yeah, we got to do that. You know,
that's basically who we are. We have to do that.
An escape room thing. There's like a whole experience.
Oh my god, I'd love to see the three of you in an escape room.
I want to take.
That would be
awesome.
An escape room. So if we do Area 15 again, I think it would be cool to do something like this in addition to the barcade. Because I'm
trying to think. We went to Area 15. That was like modern building, right? Really big, really echoey. I remember the outside. I didn't like the outside was giving me like a bad vibe where I'm like, this is industrial. It's going to be loud. It's going to be echoey. And I don't remember going in though.
Something called Mega
the moment
Mart.
I walked in, I don't remember anything that happened on the inside.
Yeah.
There's an axe throwing bar.
Did we leave? Did we leave quickly because it sucked? I can't remember.
No, that's the place where we got free tokens.
Oh my god,
so
Little
we
Miss
hung out
Nasty.
there.
Oh, that was the good place?
That was the good place that we hung out. Okay, so the other place that Eden took me to the last time I went, I want to take us to this place called Player One Video Game Bar. This was probably my favorite barcade in Vegas that I've been to. And I've only been to 2, so obviously, or 3, Pinball Hall of Fame included.
So it's top 3.
Yeah, the game selection, retro games, as well as arcades, was really nice. High quality, well upkept games. You know, that's always the thing. Nice. It's a crapshoot sometimes when you see games that are in barcades, like the quality of them. But they have Indiana Jones, like they have a whole
which Indiana
section.
Jones?
Everything is set to free play,
nice.
except for The pinball machines you have to pay for, but everything else is set to
Well,
free play.
why didn't you lead with that? That's like the worst thing ever. Like everything is free except for the expensive stuff.
Except for the stuff you want to do. Yeah.
I feel like you're not selling
What is free? The drinks are free?
Well, because Fox likes the retro arcade stuff. He's more into like the
oh.
coin-op things. And
Oh,
we
you're
can
saying
play
the
pinball. We
retro
have to go to
arcades are free.
places that
okay.
cover both
So
of our
Fox
interests.
can play for
That's fine.
free,
And
and
then
then
we have to pay
Justin
money.
and
And then
you
we have to
play
force Fox to like
Extra.
pinball. Is essentially what we need to do. Our
No,
goal
like
is
I have
to
nothing
get
against
Fox to
like
like
I didn't understand that the arcade
I'll
like
just keep
a
walk.
free play physical arcade, but you got to play for the pinball machines.
Correct.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Everything is free play except
Is that
for
so
pinball.
cute? So like you're gonna give Fox a little wristband so he can play all the free games.
Like he's
and then
over
you can be
21.
adult,
Here you
like,
go, kid. Go play.
"Oh, go play.
Well, no, what we do is because there's a cover to come in, we let Fox walks in first, and he says, "I'm 19K Fox," and then they say, "Oh yes, you can come
He's
in
through
for
with
free
me.
and get your wristbands," and we try to just walk in with him and say we're his +2s.
Yep.
You're with him.
Yeah, so we got to get you to penny
But
drop.
well, if we're
and then-
predicting what actually happens,
Yes.
hold on, let's back up. So we walk into the arcade. First, the bouncer recognizes 19K Fox and says,
Yes.
"Hey, you're
Yes.
19K Fox.
Yep.
Here's a whole bunch of free tokens." And he's like, "These are my friends. Okay, I'll
Mhm.
hook them up too." Then all of a sudden, this woman will walk by
Mhm.
and say, "I've been following you for 3 years, and I love your content. Let's
Mhm.
chat for the next 3 hours." And then we don't see 19K Fox at all for 3 hours.
Did that-
We're playing
did that
video games,
happen?
having fun. Then we go check on 19K Fox. How he's still talking to that girl. And then she says she's going to walk home and she lives 15 miles away.
And
Luckily,
But
that
wait,
didn't
but
happen.
wait, that
That's
happened
good.
already in
They asked
Cleveland.
if you needed to build a snowman.
I just described a story in Cleveland.
no, that actually happened in Cleveland where.
Yeah.
So you walk 15 miles with this.
No, so if any
Ah.
of you ever met any of us, Fox is one of the best people to meet in person because he will
Thank
give you
Yeah,
100%
he's
of his
so
attention and never say anything else. You could talk to him about arcades and anything, and he will make it seem like you are. This is why people love you, Fox. This is why people throw money down your
Right.
pants. It's because every
You know
And you
why?
guys in the chat that sees 19K Fox,
Why?
walk up to him, chat with him, and don't stop talking to him 3 hours. He will
Yeah.
just sit there, nod his head, and love every minute of it.
Oh, Neon Boneyard.
I want to
sounds
be
pretty cool.
kind to people that
Yeah.
come see me.
Well, you know what?
Uh-huh.
Bob Oif has a very important question.
Thank you, Bob, for the 199 super chat. Says, what days are y'all attending CES? We
All
will
the
be
days.
there. No, it starts today actually. So CES starts.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
today
a week
was
long.
media day,
Oh, yeah.
and then tomorrow is another media day, and then Tuesday through Friday. So we're going late, but we'll be there Wednesday morning, through about Friday. Like I'll be there till Friday. You guys are staying till Saturday. Right?
Yep. Stay till Saturday.
So that's where we'll be then. Thanks, Bob. I wish you could make it. That'd be fun. We've been seeing Bob on a lot of our recent trips. That would be fun to hang out with anybody else. Let
Bob's
us
good
know.
people.
Angela's gonna hang out, I'm sure. Will that women be Sharon Peters?
She
I don't
was.
know.
I'm
Well,
pretty
that
sure.
was
Sharon
Yeah.
probably
Peters?
Sharon
I'm almost
Peters.
positive. Yeah.
To be
Positive.
clear,
Yes.
maybe she's
Yvonne
watching this
confirmed it
because
was,
it
Sharon
forward over.
Peters.
She was nice. She was really kind.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Yeah. So the other places on Pinball Map that kind of have, like we talked about Pinball Hall of Fame, that Emporium. So those are the best barcades. There is this place called Good Times Billiards, but I mean, it has a couple of other classic arcade. I don't know how. Oh, this Instagram pictures, but I don't know how much we have to like chase everything around because it'll take time to go to places. We have to think strategically because we only have so much time at the
You have
convention.
to take them to
Let's go
In-N-Out
into all these
too.
things. You guys have been in and out, haven't you?
Okay, never mind.
How
It's
far away
good.
is
It's
that
good.
from where we're staying?
This place?
Across this. Oh,
Not too far.
The In and Out. Is it because
Oh, In-N-Out.
in Vegas it's like, do you have to walk down the strip to get to
Yeah.
In
Oh,
and Out, or are you across from In and
We're gonna
Out?
have to Uber everywhere.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
here's
ask, do we
15.
Uber or do we rent a car?
Yeah.
What do you think?
So here's
What
the
makes more sense?
boulevard.
I usually just Uber.
Uber. You want
You
to pay
think so?
$35 for that car?
Oh, somebody talked about the Sphere. If people are
Oh,
staying
did
there
you see
going-
that, guys? This is incredible. I don't know if we can fit this in, but that thing
What?
is
Can we
awesome.
ask
You
them
watch
if
a
they can
movie?
do Pac-Man while we're there? The Pac-Man Sphere, or was that just Photoshop? I
don't-
remember seeing a picture of the sphere that was Pac-Man.
I watched
about-
a YouTube concert there. It's just incredible. It's
What if
insane.
we do
Can
Hell's
you
Kitchen?
imagine if like y'all rolled in? I'm Kongs or us.
Mhm.
Here's console kids, 19K Fox. Can we put a Pac-Man up there?
They'd be like, sure.
Just ask.
And there's like just one HDMI in the back. It's like, oh yeah, you just plug it in and you could live.
Let me look
like
for it on
anything.
YouTube.
That'd be awesome.
Hey,
Where-
just
where
to be
is he?
clear, Big B says there's too much content, so he's out. You know what that means? We need to increase the pinball conversation by at least 10%. so
To
that
push-
him
yeah.
and his friends will also leave.
So that
Yeah.
way you push out all the people that don't really
That's
care.
right.
Well, we're not talking just about pinball. We're talking about places to
We're
find
talking about pinball.
arcades. That's the whole point, BCB. If you're still here, if you're out,
Pinball.
you're out.
Some people are allergic to pinball. So
Yeah.
Pinball Map, they're like, nope,
Nope.
not
They
having
don't-
it.
they just
I'm
don't
not
know.
using a free website that's about something I'm not into.
And we're just trying to illuminate Fox's, ways to discover things. And but those would be my top ones. There is this place called Diversion Amusements, but it looks like it's a private location to have stuff. And then there's Round Ones, which I really don't like. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys go to these places?
Play by cards.
Is this
Like
Dave and
the
Buster's
modern-
basically?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do you like
Dave and
do you like modern arcade stuff? I like the remakes and things. Do you ever find yourself
Not
going to those
really.
places?
Well, does the where's the line? Does Star Wars the pod what's it called?
Mhm.
The podcast.
This is the Star Wars podcast. 19K at Fox and
Yeah, no,
Console
Ball Pad is modern,
kids
2015.
coming at you live.
Yeah, all the raw
No,
Thrill
the
stuff.
Battle Pod. Is
Mhm.
Battle Pod modern arcade? What is it? Is it a redemption machine if they put
Here's-
tickets in it?
I think that if it started life as a mobile game,
Mhm.
it does not need to be
Yes.
made into some over elaborate
Yeah.
arcade game.
If it's a 27-inch Android tablet, I'm not really into it.
I don't want to play Fruit Ninja on a 60-inch plasma. I
You
don't want
don't.
I don't
Well,
want
I
to
mean,
do
I
that.
took my
I
kids
mean,
to
I'll
a
play
local Dave
Flappy
and Buster's.
Bird for a minute, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
I'm,
You know, it'd be
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of comments about like don't park in Vegas, don't drive into the strip and
Mhm.
stuff like that. If y'all did like this bus tour,
Mhm.
you met at the bus station.
What?
You met
Party
at the-
bus? We need a party bus? Is that what you're
Just
saying?
get a party bus and just like drive from spot to spot to spot to spot.
Just pick people up.
And you know what? You have to like suck it up. Go to arcade or round one. Go to here. Go to there. But
Okay.
just the fact that like folks
Mm-hmm.
who like they want to do the Vegas thing but don't want to pay
Mhm.
for the Vegas thing, just do your party bus and like
Yeah. Oh, look, Fretbrenner says he doesn't like redemption games. That's all she plays. Is like that's her gambling is playing the
really?
redemption ticket stuff. Like that's her main thing. She loves
Get those
like, this-
tickets. Get those prizes.
Yeah.
She should
Totally.
make the Sugar channel and the
Yeah.
Redemption channel.
Sugar Fina and Redemption Arcades. Yeah,
That's right.
especially the coin pushers. Like she's really into coin pushers. She's really good at timing them to fall onto like this little perfectly square quarter that gets you a card. And if you collect 7 cards, you get extra tickets. She's like so addicted to it. She's really good. I don't know what it is. So there's something for everybody. But I took my kids to local Dave and Buster's because Wednesdays it's half price. And they have so many modern remakes of classic games. Like, have you played the Modern Centipede at all?
Mhm.
Or Modern
The
Rampage?
big one?
Yeah, the big
Mhm,
one.
mhm.
Like
Yeah.
a 10-foot tall.
No, it's like a
Vertical-
3-player Centipede, but it's like modern day version of it, and it's also a ticket redemption game. They turned them into like ticket redemption, but they're classic series. Like they're pretty dang fun. I just imagine like 15, 20 years from now when those will be the ones that are in people's homes, right? Like we're like I
Yeah,
thought about
yeah,
this the other
right.
day.
Yeah.
Because our
So-
arcade
That'd be
classics like died, and everything now is like these giant ones. When these go to die, where are they gonna go?
That's
Right?
right.
Like,
One
it's gonna
day,
be-
they'll be at auctions and
These are gonna be retro arcades in like 10, 20 years, right?
that's right.
And they'll be
So
dead
we
big.
should go to a website. Is there a website that will show you where all those Centipede redemption machines are at? You know, like a redemptionmap.com. Does that exist?
I
Redemption
don't
map?
think so. No.
That'd be
that's too bad.
Maybe
Yeah.
Your
next.
best bet. Pinball
Okay,
Map.
so pinballmap.com.
Best arcade in
Transition.
Vegas, right? And what would you get? You get something like onthestrip.com, the gamer's guide to Vegas. So this is something else we can do. We can go to the Midway at
Circus
Circus
Circus.
Circus, which is where we're staying, by the way.
Are
Hey.
you for real?
Hey,
Staying at
Hey,
Circus Circus.
Oh my
trying to
God,
dox us?
What end of the
what room are we staying in?
Yeah,
What's that?
room
What are you doing,
292,
dude?
right?
Yeah,
What's
292.
that? Oh, I'm
Yep,
sorry. Yeah,
292.
I'm not saying exactly where we're staying. They don't know which building we're in. Room suite 23209,
Oh,
something
here
like
he
that.
goes.
To that
Here he
effect.
goes. We gotta move
But
again.
the reason why we're staying at Circus Circus for people that are saying that we're super cheap, it's literally across the street from the convention center that we'll be spending much of our time.
Wait,
at.
wait, wait. Are
And they
you
don't wanna
afraid
Uber
that
to.
people will think we're cheap?
Yeah,
Like, let me
Circus
put a
Circus is the
disclaimer
butt
here.
end of
People
the
think we're
strip. Nobody
cheap.
stays at Circus Circus unless they have to.
Freaking has 5 pinballs behind him. Like, I don't want anyone to think I'm cheap.
Nobody.
No,
is
if
under that
anybody
impression.
associates staying at Circus Circus, like that's like bottom of the barrel places to stay. So I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, but people will say if you've been
No,
to
we
if
were
you've been to
debating,
Vegas-
right? We're like, do we play it somewhere nice or someplace close? And
Close.
I,
I
I
love
think
it.
I was pushing towards the close because I hate
Yeah.
that, like the bus or the
Yeah.
Uber sometimes you just wasted 45 minutes.
But can you imagine what you just told Console Kids and Fox? Is I take you somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Circus Circus.
Yeah.
Not the Vidaras, not the Cosmos.
Not the Cosmo. It's
it's Circus Circus.
We get free.
Besides, there may be some nights we're
midway.
not even in the hotel.
You're not in the hotel?
That is my hope.
They have also the entertainment dome too, Adventure Dome. Oh, we can go on a roller coaster, guys.
I got an indoor roller coaster.
We're gonna rock and roll all night.
See, Paul's right. Like,
every day.
A ton of money on a room, you're not going to be in much, right? It's just a space, but it's going to be 3 of us in 2 beds. So I mean, we're going to definitely.
Although we should stream from the hotel every
Yes.
night.
Oh, that
would
would
need to happen.
Is there even internet in the hotel?
We'll find out. But there it is. Circus Circus is cheap from $79. So a big Apple coaster and arcade is in New York. So they have a redemption type of modern arcade place as well. This is also a Fun Dungeon.
Is that the
Dungeon?
Excalibur
Dungeon.
What was that arcade we went to?
That was closed.
That was closed, but we kind of went in.
Excalibur.
Was it that one?
Yeah, it's the Fun Dungeon because it's an Excalibur.
The Fun Dungeon was
security
closed?
guard go, "What are you doing?"
We found the Fun-Gen in Excalibur. Oh, HyperX Arena. Oh, this is like an esports arena. If you want to play Minecraft or League of Legends. So esports now, you're not into that sort of thing. Luxor also has Level Up at MGM Grand.
Oh wow.
This looks like a fun little arcade. Calling kids 21 plus at heart. So this is a modern barcade. So maybe we could find ourselves there.
That's new.
No,
you have to take the
you
have to Uber all the way to MGM.
No, they have buses too. Like the nice thing about CES is that at the convention center is the main hub, but they'll bus you to any of the other hotels too, which we did last time.
Which is at the other end of Vegas.
Oh, and best spas, right? I mean, we definitely got to check out some spas while we're there.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Arcade.
Any arcade spas?
I don't know. I mean, do you guys have any other desire to do other stuff like
shows?
Are you guys into shows?
A show would be cool, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just along for the ride.
We need to do the just let B drive the spreadsheet.
Oh my god, that's terrifying. That is terrifying.
It has not failed us. It hasn't failed us.
Yeah.
You know, 1 year he was in charge of our Vegas trip.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We did this burlesque.
What was it? Zombie burlesque? It was a zombie burlesque, dude. And they gave, the kicker, because we bought the show at intermission, they gave everybody free Jello shots. I mean, come on, zombie burlesque and Jello shots.
It was a musical with topless dancers and zombie attire.
Yeah.
Zombie attire or like rotting flesh nudity. I'm just trying to figure this out.
It was just like
tasteful entertainment.
Just give me the Jello shots. I will deal with it later.
See, Toxin's intrigued, right?
It's definitely not dull sounding.
Don't let him in charge of your spreadsheet, please. Tell him what you want, because you're gonna find the weirdest things ever.
Yeah.
For 2 for $3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, so
I'm nominating Fox to organize this event.
That was
you travel all the time.
True.
He's gonna be like, so we're gonna install ice at this place.
Okay. Well, I've kind of wanted to try the Stratosphere.
Yeah.
Maybe do the
Stratosphere.
Maybe the zip line that goes from the hotel to the other hotel.
Oh,
that's
there
downtown,
is a downtown area
downtown.
that has a zip line through downtown,
Mm-hmm.
so that could be fun as well. Absolutely.
We'll get to the Stratosphere. He goes to the little Elvis casino or the Elvis the little chapel of.
Oh yeah,
love.
Yeah, because we got remarried by an Elvis impersonator for our 10-year wedding anniversary.
Awesome.
That was fun. Yeah.
Elvis was there.
GoPros the whole time. See, look, Headshake TV has pretty much done everything we've done in Vegas. He's been to Zombie Burlesque. Come on. There it is. A $1.99 super chat from Zohar saying, B, please play poker and stream it. You just one hand. I don't think they allow.
No, they don't allow phones.
To be live
They're pretty
while
strict
you're
on
at
that,
the table. I think that would be not allowed. But
yeah,
it would be
any
fun.
of the games, they don't allow phones.
Yeah. Oh, so I guess that's another big thing about Vegas. Do either of you gamble? Is that part of your repertoire of things you would like to do?
No.
I like to keep my money.
No?
Yeah.
Not even hard
for my money.
A small little budget for $100 and we're gonna go play $5 blackjack. Not even that.
No.
Not
which is really strange from you. You guys are good at math, right? You've told me that in the past.
Sure.
And you're college educated, right? But you know the house always wins, right?
there's this air of luck that comes into it. In fact,
I see.
My mother,
you're paying for the thrill. I know.
She goes to Vegas, has learned that you need to feed the gambling spirits.
The gambling gods.
The gambling gods. You need to feed them.
I don't
Not
believe in gambling
vegetarian.
gods.
This
Not
doesn't
vegetarian.
sound scientific
You're
at all.
You're basically talking about
hamburger.
flat Earth
Like
right
full
now.
on
and
hamburger.
I don't
When you
believe
put
in
it on
flat
top
Earth.
of the slot machine and you let it sit there for 30 minutes, the gambling gods will come to you and they will pull their luck with you. And she won like what, $1,000?
Yep.
And the other day when
There's a guy in the
put
chat
food
we
on
need to
there.
ban. He's
Yeah.
impersonating to. There's a John D impersonator in the chat, so please ban
Is it?
him.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Is it really?
I'm pretty sure it is John D.
Yeah,
It's not.
I was about
No,
to
that's
say.
legit real.
Yeah, that's
It's
the real
legit
John
real.
D.
he needs to.
No,
He needs to.
John D
He needs
loves
to
to
meet
play
us
craps.
there.
Yeah.
Come on.
The only reason why I know this is the real John D because he says, B, teach him how to play craps. And the signature
Say it.
sound is John D going, ooh, ooh.
All right, let's do a favor for. So John D's in the chat.
Was play craps. And he made that annoying, I know it's sorry, endearing sound
Endearing
for
sound.
the entire casino to come be attracted to John D's table. So
I'd like to do something really quick. Those in the chat, give us some emojis of how you feel that John D's in the chat. Give us some hearts if you love him. Give us some tears.
Can
if
you put
miss
some
him.
monies?
Give us some
monies so y'all
thumbs
can win?
down if you
Yeah.
or boo if you don't like him here. But I'd love to see some emotion from the chat.
yeah, so John D, pleasure to have you here. He's just reminiscing because we did have an epic time. Evo, I would say Evo 2022 when we did the MBC2 stream. That was probably like the last great activation before maybe some things
Before the fall, before
turned
the
a little
empire.
bit. But we had such a good time with the folks that were there. It was very, very. It was a very fun time. All I can say. What can I say besides John's like, nah, I'm out.
He's down thumbed himself.
Did you
He's
do the
just
sound
straight
correct,
up-
though?
I don't know if I did the sound right.
Are we gonna have to invite John D on the chat to make sure he does like the ooh?
I think so. I think it's the right thing
You
to
want me
do.
to send him a link? You think he would join and talk about Vegas?
Yeah, let's do it. If we
John.
keep it to Vegas and there's no arcade talk,
Yeah.
We're not
All I
talking about
hear is
arcades.
the sound that he made.
And
with
he's
that
wearing
one.
about
pants.
Vegas, bro.
John, all we want to do is ask you about best tips of things to do in Vegas.
he
That's all
says,
we're doing.
nah.
That's all
Or
we're
can you at least
doing.
like recreate the sound?
Hey,
Yeah.
John D, audio only.
Yeah.
You don't have to show your.
No.
naked-
John
People are like,
John is
"Do
building
it,
suspense.
do
Oh, wait a second. Not till April?
Oh, he's not
What?
coming back until
Oh,
April.
wait. He's
I
going to
don't-
reveal himself on April
Yeah,
Fool's.
but he doesn't have to talk. We don't have to talk about anything.
You
I'm
know,
actually-
he's like a little butterfly.
yeah.
He's like cocooning himself
Mhm.
until April. Then he emerges as a beautiful butterfly.
So
Blah,
he's
blah, blah, blah,
currently
blah,
a worm?
Kind of optional.
John D's a
Both
worm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's optional. Good
She
lord.
said it. I didn't say it. That's wrong.
She's the one that likes the pants optional.
I'm not
right?
wearing pants.
That was fun New Year's stream. Hey, speaking of New Year's stream, if we're gonna be talking about, I just wanted to like ask you guys: do you guys see
Uh-oh.
the recaps that are happening for some of the streams that we do?
Wait, what?
Yeah. So Paul, who's probably in the chat,
What?
you know, I'm pretty sure he's a project manager. And by the way, Paul, if you're looking for a job, let
Paul
me
Minderman?
know
Mhm.
because on Reddit he has amazing meeting notes.
His meeting notes.
His
were
meeting
crazy.
notes are like so good. I want to hire him as a project manager
took
for
your
doing
notes
meeting
from the
notes.
I'll show Mrs. Kongzaros right now. Like, you
What are
remember
you
our
talking
5 hours
about?
that
Is
we
this
did?
a real thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
It was so good. Like Paul
Hyper64 on Reddit
Yeah.
is Paul Minderman,
Yeah,
and he
he's
did
so
meeting
good.
notes for our live stream.
Like the minutes of the meeting he did?
Yeah,
No,
basically.
I'll
Wow.
pull it up later if you can find it. If you pull it up, Justin, like that'll be. But so not only did he kind of summarize, but then I don't know if it was an AI, but he timestamped the key moments from all 5 of the streams, or somebody else did. One of the other moderators did. So I couldn't tell if that was an AI that did that. I was like, I'd love to be able to do that for, just put it
That would
in.
be incredible.
without
Yeah.
timestamps. That was really fun. One of them was like, Mrs. Kongdra says pants are optional, like things. It was really good.
You didn't like it?
No, I loved it. It was good. Yeah, but anyways, I just thought it was interesting kind of hearing kind of what we say, for it goes into the rumors section of Reddit. Like, is this thing going to happen? What are the predictions that the home arcade YouTubers are going to be mentioning?
I totally took off my pants, so it wasn't like a
No,
prediction.
it wasn't very serious, but I think I just want to mention. You okay?
Give me a second. Let me
All
check
right,
on the
sorry.
girls. You continue.
I just want to mention that maybe there's too much that's being looked at into the things that we say. Maybe we have to take our YouTube-ness with maybe some more seriousness if people are looking at this. Because I think people always think there's some ulterior motive for the things that we do.
there
Like,
is.
I don't know. I wanted people to feel less attached to the things we say because we feel like they think we're doing this for a particular reason. And I made a comment, and the one of the comments I made was like, I was sad that everybody gets a name: P-Dubs Patrick, 19K Fox Robert, Justin Console Kits, and B Kong. Like, come on, I can't even mention my YouTube channel name. Like,
basically your name.
They just did your whole name, yeah.
I'm just B Kong. I can't even mention even the game scene.
It's tough, man.
Why
like,
did
everyone
they feel the
calls
need
you
to
B Kong, but your channel is Kong's R Us.
Why did they feel the need to?
You
use
should
our
just
first
rename
name?
your channel to B Kong.
I should just name it to B Kong at this point. Nobody cares that it's Kong's R Us. All right. But yeah, this is a nice little like recap. So they did a recap for Michael B. Like in the last hour of the stream, everybody was talking about what their stuff before I did my crazy thing. But go down to the next post, right? So this is just like a recap of this. I thought this was really crazy. So, and then Paul was mentioning kind of his thoughts. Scroll down more. More.
My take.
So that's his take.
Yeah.
Right. And there's some like recap stuff. And Paul's take was saying like that we have this fear that Arcade 1UP is going out of business, so we're going to be losing content. And then that was the part that I was really like, I don't know if any of us feel that way. And we're like, people think
not
we're pivoting because
I expect people to think that. Like, who cares, you know?
Yeah. But anyways, the last thing down there is the hyperlinks, the timestamps were like my favorite part of
Where's
the
it
whole
at?
thing. Scroll down, next one. It should be in the comments.
Oh, in the comments? Yeah.
This Historian CM, maybe this is an app. Is this not an, like, how did they do this? For every single stream, there's timestamps with subjects of what we were talking about.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And in the replies, it's every single stream. All 5 streams has this.
That's awesome.
Like, how do we do this?
That's a lot of work.
I don't know, maybe they did the work, but I hear what you're saying. Like, okay, so this is pretty intense, right? And Paul, I don't even know if I should thank him for doing this. Like, look, I like Paul. I see him in the chat a lot. I think I get along with him. We've emailed a few times. We don't have an NDA with each other. Just want to disclose that. All of his content here on Reddit, it's not all positive, it's not all negative, but I like his take. It seems to be like, you know, whatever, like reasonable. There's some things where he's making assumptions on, which I don't blame him for. I'd probably make the same assumptions. But yeah, in general, I know what you're saying. Like, reading this, it's like, I really hope people don't like take our word on things. Like, look, there's other content creators out there that glorified themselves a lot, and they say, and they constantly try to remind everyone how great they are and how they're always right. And let me just tell you right now, for me, I'm almost always wrong. Like, I'm just telling you off the cuff what I'm thinking at the moment, right? Like, when we go do these live streams, when someone says like, how do you feel? It's not like I sat down for 3 hours and studied this and like I'm taking a test going like, well, I did all the research and this is the conclusion. It's like a lot of like random information from a lot of different places. And it's just, I'm telling you like almost way like an opinion on what I think's going on. Do I think Arcade 1UP is going out of business? Absolutely, I do. So, I mean, but that's just my opinion. I don't have any hard evidence on it. And I'm definitely not going to do the research to figure out if it's true or not. I'm going to leave that to the weirdos.
And the coordination of this 5-hour stream literally happened 45 minutes before it started. So it's to the point of many of our content. But besides Fox, who actually spends a lot of time putting together sites. And by the way, Justin, I saw your content today for breaking down the pins. So there are times where YouTube channels do prepare content ahead of their shows.
Wait, what?
Right.
I never do that. So
he's like, let's take a picture an hour before the show.
Yeah, I'm pretty terrible about that.
Just,
so maybe,
just for a second, I'll tell you why I did that. And maybe not, that's why 19K Fox does that. So I've been talking about this recently, how like in the last couple of years, I've been using YouTube as a way to grow as an employee, you know, like gain skills on the side for my hobby that I can reuse in my job. And so this year I'm taking more of a leadership role. And I kind of take up project management role, to be honest. Like my new role it's a manager, but it's a glorified like project manager job. So it's taking meeting notes. Just yesterday or on Friday, there was this big thing my boss asked for. And I went through my meeting notes and I was able to be like, this was said, and then this was said. So therefore we should take this action. So I started thinking like, I really want to grow in that. And so when it came to the Stern Jaws pinball, I was like, I'm going to start documenting all of the key things that excite me. And I want my podcast to be, I'm presenting to you almost like a meeting presentation of all the things that I would say to my friends that if they called me and said, what's going on with Stern or what's going on with Arcade 1-Up or what are you interested in this week? This is what I would tell them. I'm just doing that same thing on YouTube. But hopefully over time in 2024, I'll get better at that. I'm going to collect notes during the week and hopefully present that to people. But Paul needs to become a content creator. He's the new Zohar.
Seriously.
2-3 years ago, I said Zohar should be a content creator. Freaking.
I think Paul's take would be actually, I'd love to hear his take on things. He's like really on point. He's like, these guys are talking too much pinball when they do talk arcade stuff. He makes
just put a camera on and people would watch because that's the thing. It's weird. Like half of YouTube content creation is just like good project management skills.
It's kind of a hint of what we do.
Too.
Except for me. So I was just I was harping that everybody gets their YouTube channel mentioned except for me. So
you're just Be Kong.
I'm just Be Kong. So
you just Be Kong. Yeah.
Who's this fool?
Anyways. All right. So we're hitting close to an hour. I know Foxy got to head out pretty soon. I think it was great just to recap. You know, we're gonna be in Vegas very, very, very soon.
Did we make a plan?
That we did a surprise Pokemon appearance by John Dees, a legendary.
Finally.
Wasn't that what somebody was saying? Like, it's like talk to him saying, it's like, can you find a legendary Pokemon? Don't scare him away. Cool to see you here in the chat, man. Hope you're doing well. I think the community here in the chat
they all miss you. Did you see all the comments about
like not, John? We actually miss you, buddy.
They're not probably in this chat anyway. So
you know what? We don't need to see you.
I think I get it. It's 2024 and he's starting his new marketing campaign and it's slowly do a little drip.
Plant the seeds.
There you go.
I love that you both did the little like.
Well, I think somebody now is going to, if they watch this stream, will then recap saying John D mentioned something will be happening. What was it? April? Was that?
Listen, what I want that Redditor to do is to dissect each not word but syllable and see the inner meaning. John D does not just type things sporadically. There is meaning deep within.
I will just say one of my favorite posts by Paul. It's this little. I've been using the word vanity a lot to express my narcissism. Anyway, there's a little bit of vanity in this, but Paul made a post a while back, and it was the debate of what Justin was talking about when he was like leaking the Street Fighter Pro, and a whole bunch of people. Well, first of all, a whole bunch of people were like, "That guy's horrible," which is great. You know, I love when it's even better when people hate me because then at least they're talking about me. But anyway, so there's all these hate posts about me, and that's fine. And then there's all this people explaining he didn't say that the Street Fighter Pro is coming out. But then Paul's like, you don't understand Justin's sarcasm. So let me break down Justin's sarcasm and was like, he's saying that it isn't coming out, but he's actually meaning it is coming out. These words are like a lie, and then this thing's a lie. And if you watch him enough, you can dissect and understand exactly what he really means. And I read all of that and I'm like, he's 100% right. He fully reverse engineered my double, irony and sarcasm to fully understand what I was actually trying to say. And a whole bunch of people were like, that's not what he was saying. And
because you have to play Justin's stream backwards and it will say things like that.
Like a record, exactly.
100%.
Hey, guys, I can't wait to hang out with you again. I got to go. Enjoy the rest of the stream, everybody. Thank you so much for supporting B and me, and I will see all of you next time.
See you, man.
All right. So Fox is out. We'll hang out just for a few more minutes here.
You know what I loved?
What was that?
The fact that like Fox and Justin are doing like a Michael B thing. It's almost like.
Well,
you should grow a beard,
hair?
man.
You like facial hair on people? You want me to grow a beard?
It's gonna take a month, y'all.
It would take a lot longer than a beard.
This took a month.
Yeah. I'll do it.
You're channeling your Michael B just to make sure he's there.
Yeah, I think most other folks have some sort of like facial hair in the community.
Except you.
So,
That's okay.
Yeah, I grew a beard because at work, all the new meetings I'm in for the new org I'm in, every male has a beard. I was literally the only one without a beard. And I kind of felt left out, to be honest. I felt left out.
For me in the workplace, I got my credibility once I started getting my grays in. So when I was when I didn't have facial hair and I had like all black hair and I still looked really young when I went into like, C-level type meetings. nobody took me seriously. Go out a
Now,
little
I'm
gray,
I'm
added some more prestige.
I'm a little nervous because there's a couple like executives in the meetings that and they're all there's like two and they're like, executive director of product.
Mhm.
And I'm building a relationship with them. Man bun. So, and is it
Man
time for
bun.
the
Oh my
man
god,
bun?
that was like
Yeah.
so 2002.
Oh
They look
dude.
they look pretty good in it. It's
Right.
this guy pulls it off well.
Yeah.
He looks professional.
I've thought about growing my hair out longer so I can have more of a traditional looking look, but
Man buns are still out.
man buns, facial hair, maybe. Man, I don't have to cut my hair all that often. Super simple. So the trend is that there's going to be a new pinball company, and John D is going to move into pinball. So
So
the
we're all
funny
gonna
thing
get
is,
pinball
John is
channel.
probably the least into pinball. When I took him to a barcade, like
Yeah.
his pinball knowledge was like not the same as his other like video game knowledge. So maybe this would be a good thing to see him not do pinball, but I'm just saying like when he was involved, whatever his next project's going to be, it'll bring some excitement back into whatever he's doing, whether it's home arcades or something arcade related. It's not going to be pinball related. I can know that much.
Yeah, I love the theory that essentially it's insinuating that some of us are covering pinball more often because we know John D is joining a pinball company and we're like padding our YouTube channel with pinball content so that when he comes back, I wish that were true because it would be so funny. I don't think it is because when John exited or however that exit happened, he did not tell me what he was doing, but I can say the words arcade were mentioned and the word pinball was never mentioned, although the word arcade, what was it? It wasn't even arcade. It was like, I'm still in the space or something like that. So maybe he's like working for Tesla or SpaceX. He's talking about space.
Oh yeah, bringing more arcades to your Tesla. That could be a thing.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a button that you push and it activates thingy, and then suddenly a joystick pops up, and you're like, no.
He says in the chat, retro gaming.
All right, there it is. So we don't have to guess anymore. John is in the retro gaming space still.
He works for My Arcade now, and that's the CES reveal.
There it is.
Boom.
Boom. We'll see you at CES at the My Arcade booth.
That's not it. I just spoiled it. I have no clue what it is.
Yeah. So don't say that name. Are you really looking forward to any of the other things besides the Stern coverage or like My Arcade stuff? Like what else do you truly want to do while we're there?
Yeah,
like,
so I'm expecting a lot of robots and AI and deep technology.
Taking over everything? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's look. The overlords are gonna take over. Let's just document it, okay? Like the people want to see that. So remember when we went? I think we went to some. I want to do this more. We went to which one was it? The Comic-Con. And there was this moment where like, hey, we should make shorts, and you and I made a handful of shorts that were about just random things that we saw, and we're like, oh, this is cool. I want to saturate YouTube with shorts on this CES adventure.
That would be much quicker to do too.
Yeah, because there's so much.
Make a short about it and then upload it. I've taken so many like short videos that I thought would be good shorts, and then I just never do something with it. But it would be really good to.
Yeah, because then I honestly want to say like, expect shorts from us at CES about random stuff. Who knows what it is?
Shorts? Like we're going to be in shorts.
As in, you're going to wear shorts?
Yeah, we'll wear shorts while making shorts.
I would love that, please.
And then anything that interests us, it's got to be interesting, and then we document it, and maybe we'll do some live streams, and then we'll talk about the random things that interest us.
Yeah.
But then when we're in that live stream, there's context because maybe some people saw that short.
All right. So John has already given his take that he wants a Nova Blast hooked up to a Bash Box. Are you getting a Nova Blast? Is that something that interests you? No,
it doesn't not interest me. But I think P-Dubs said it well. There's no urgency to pre-order the Nova Blast. So wait until they're ready in stock and then make the decision.
Yeah, and plus you already have a Vulix Chulix, right? So I mean, it's like essentially the same thing except without the 4:3 monitor.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the deal is, okay, should I sell this and then buy that? And maybe.
Yeah. Bobby is going to do all sorts of things, giving you 2 terabyte drives to do stuff with things. So follow PAX RS Discord, man, to give you some good things. All right, so
I have to,
recapping, we got to go to Lotus of Siam. Let us know if you have any other last minute eating
Secret
locations,
Pizza, Lotus of
places to eat
Siam,
at.
In
I
and
have to show
Out.
my hairy legs.
What
What's
is
that?
happening?
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord!
We're looking at short shorts, and somebody wanted to see her.
Look how
legs.
flexy you are. I
Oh,
cannot
Toxin's
wait to see.
wondering if Justin's legs are hairy or smooth. All right.
You know what? There's a Russian bear on there.
Well, I mean, I could tell when I put my face across his chest. So
Right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like that everywhere.
Let's not do that again. Okay.
Everywhere.
I think he wants
At
to do
least
it
not
again.
on camera. All right.
Mm.
Oh my.
Yeah, but it'll be good. So Wednesday morning.
So what is your what are you looking forward to in Vegas?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out with Fox and Justin will always be kind of just funsies, but always some good food. I will be missing you, of course, Mrs. Congress. That's exactly what you want me to say, right?
I'm if I could be honest here, like, and I think you were being honest right there. Like the most enjoyable thing of CS is an event. There's a handful of things that we're interested enough to make this trip about. But the reality is probably just going out to eat and grabbing some food together, seeing each other in person, having fun, making some content together, discussing making content, and be like, oh, what if we do this? What if we do that? I would say that is a highlight. It's not the most exciting thing, but it's like right there. It's like almost number one. It basically is number one. Might as well be number one.
Can you take Fox to Hot Pot? That'd be fun.
We can do that. Yeah, if you have suggestions of things you'd like us to do, and we can do like a photo scrapbook of stuff that you send us on a mission to do.
I would text you every so often.
I don't know. I'd be willing to do that because we're there for 3 days for CES, right? And of course, there's a lot to look at. You'll probably spend 3 days looking at all the booths and things. I remember my big reason for going last year to CES was
to see Justin.
Well, that happened kind of organically, actually. But I applied for a media badge and I got it, and it was really big for me, like an accomplishment to feel like, hey, I like have a media badge to CES. And actually, when we were walking around too, there's different attendee badges and there's a media badge. It actually got people to speak to us a little bit more because they were like, oh, you have a media badge
this year?
Yeah, we were talking to like, massage ladies on chairs that were trying to sell us on a shaky wakey thing.
There was this talk they were going to send us the massage chair. That never happened.
Right?
You didn't get one?
Didn't get one. But yeah, we were making content and stuff. But I do this thing often where I'll take and film stuff, but then I'll never release it. Or maybe I think I played it back on a live stream instead of making a video about it. So maybe I will do some dedicated stuff. Live streams like every other night, maybe just to like recap.
Why not? I don't know. Let's let the audience decide. Yeah. Let's hear. You want lives? We're going to be there 3 nights, right? Or like so Wednesday night,
Thursday, and you
Thursday
guys
night, Friday night. So should we just do 3 live streams every night? I think so. We could. I think this is what we could do. I'm just going to jump to. We should do this. It's like what Retro Ralph and I did in 2020. The whole idea was we'd go out through CES. Now that was a lot of arcade 1-up content, but whatever. We would film with our cameras or phones interesting things that we found, and at the night we just played. We did a live stream where we just played back the videos and then talked about it, and it was awesome. It was great. And it's how we met Zohar.
People were saying that we need to do freaking
so like
24-hour like
24.
So I mean, basically, as what Console Kids said was like film your breakfast, do your thing, and then at night you talk about what you did and where you went, and then just
we have like a live adult show and tell the coolest things that we saw at CES today.
Yeah, it's like we've always said. We did this at Cleveland. It was like, so let's talk about Wednesday. So we flew in, we ate at this place, and then we went straight for this place. We got to see Jaws. And it was great. It was better than we thought. Whatever. I'm about 2 minutes into the Jaws gameplay, by the way, and I'm already like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be great. Because Keith Elwin, I don't know if you saw the video at.
Oh, I haven't.
It's out now. It's like him playing Jaws and telling you how to play it and all the shots. So I'm just so absorbed in that I'm guessing that whether I hate the machine or not, I'm gonna have a good time at CS because we'll get to play it.
Don't worry, we're probably not going to try to do a lot of live coverage in the hall. I think we've learned that it doesn't really give us the best.
That's why shorts work really well because you just upload it.
Yeah. So
and
we'll do
eventually
that.
it'll get there. And then hopefully in the hotel we can have good Wi-Fi, and then we just.
I don't know about Circus
And then we
Circus.
gotta do a mukbang somewhere, right? Like we just gotta get to a place and just like turn on and just eat all the burgers and stuff.
Do you know I released a short that's me showing off a sandwich, a zombie burger?
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna do that more often. Like anytime I eat something that's just interesting, I want to do that. I'm literally there's this YouTuber that's one of my favorite new YouTubers. I can't think of his name right now.
Mhm.
And he does the thing where he eats something in a car. And
Mhm.
I'm like, I gotta do it at least once.
As you saying mukbang.
So I made the video. It doesn't show my face. I'm just showing off the burger. And I got 2 comments. One's from Zohar. You can expect that. And he's like, oh, LOL or something like that. And the other one's from a YouTuber that does that.
Mhm.
What I was like, oh my God, some random YouTuber that makes food content commented on my food content video. I felt honored. The algorithm sent him my video.
There you go.
But you know what you have to do? You have to do it with your shirt off, right? So we have to see like the.
Just a little peek. Just a little peek.
You're eating it and it gets on your little chest and you're kind of like, look at that.
As we're developing your game plan for making content in 2024, I think people would love watching you eat. Like there's a formula for like, you know, cute Asian girl eating food. Like everybody watches.
Everybody watches that. Everyone does that. But like to have like a furry.
So why not jump into that craze and jump in on that too, right? Just because there's a million content creators making gaming content doesn't stop us from doing it.
You and Console Kids can do a mukbang. That'd be hilarious. Especially if it's the same food.
Okay, I'm getting some ideas. We could have some fun with the mukbang.
All right. Any last thoughts you got before we head on out?
What are you looking forward to in Vegas?
He just answered that.
Number one,
hanging out.
Jaws Pinball will be there. We'll be one of the early people to be able to play it.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. I have some reservations for the machine. It's not what I expected. It doesn't have. There's no visible lock ball. He usually has like scoops, but then also I'm like, wait a second. It is different. You don't want to make exactly the same machine every single time. So maybe this will be different enough that it's like, yeah, you want to play Jurassic Park? It plays this way. You know, you want to play Godzilla? It's like this. You play Jaws? It's a different thing. And also it's the second machine from Stern that has some type of career mode.
Yeah.
So
Did you say career mode?
Career, like Venom, you can level up.
You can level up.
A career, like I want to make.
They call it career mode. It's basically it saves your progress. You can collect sharks, and then on the next game, it remembers how many sharks you have.
I was thinking career, so that your Asian parents can get upset with you.
So that you're playing pinball.
Yeah, so maybe it'll have a diversity or variety that's interesting. So that's probably the number one like thing I'm interested in. You know,
we have to also make it a goal to turn Fox into a pinball dude by the end of the trip.
Costco just needs to sell a pinball and then you're done.
I like your saying all roads eventually to pinball. And so
I didn't make that up. There's Jason from a local arcade. He told me that like 4 years ago, 2017 actually.
Somebody was saying that too. I think I remember hearing Arcade Hollywood saying that stuff too. But his take on pinball is like, it wasn't that he wasn't interested. He was also saying things that were like, it was almost like he doesn't know what he doesn't know. Right.
Yeah. I mean, you could hear him talk about pinball and then it was like, oh, there's gaps in his knowledge.
There's
gaps he never explained the experience of actually playing the game and what excites you.
Yeah.
It was all of this like superficial stuff about the machine and the IP and
the price being like the big
you're at this level, you haven't learned this level yet.
But the LEs really are meant more for a different audience than kind of what he would think. So he was kind of using like a straw man argument type of thing. So I'm hoping we can educate him a little bit more and get him to appreciate the game. And I say this kind of high level, like what excites me about pinball when I play it currently. I liken it to the folks in the community that are fighting game fans. The fighting game community, every match, every round you play is different. There will never be 2 matches that feel exactly the same.
That's right.
Because it's like AI to playing against a computer. Every pinball machine is actually the same. There's a thrill because every game is going to be slightly different. Because you can never play the same pinball game twice. No matter how hard you try, you will never have the same pinball game twice.
Can I brag for 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played Galactic Tank Force tonight. I got a score. I would like to brag about that score. I got 6 billion, dude. I got
Wow.
6 billion on
Oh,
Galactic Tank Force.
Oh, nice.
And so I hit a 6x multiplier, and I was like, "Oh my god, I had a 6x multiplier!" And then I started, not a mode, but I started a multi-ball. It was like a 5 or 6 ball multi-ball, and I'm like, "No way, 6x multiplier!" And I have like 5 balls, and I just kept on like, it was like juggling. I was hitting very softly the tank with 5 balls, and none of them were draining. Or
Nice.
like, I was like, I don't know how I can keep this up. And I look up, and it says like 600 million, 700 million, 800, a billion, 2 billion, 3 billion. I'm like,
How's the
oh my
score
god.
for that game? Is that typical though, or is it like what's your average score?
No.
What's your average score?
That sounds nutso.
My average score is like
Couple 100,000?
100 million.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Galactic Tank Force. It's probably. I don't think it's linear like Stearns, where it's like, getting to. You know what I mean? It's like 100 billion, 2, 3, 4. It's like exponentially harder.
Yeah, Zohar, he bought Carrie Ann's pinball machine. That's right. So
I told Zohar I bought Carrie Ann's pinball. I literally watch her every day heckle me, and it's amazing.
we gotta connect to Jody with John D again. Remember, we talked to
Yep,
Jody and said what's up. So if he's there, we'll definitely say what's up. Maybe
I'm
we
gonna
can
say
talk to
John
him.
D said hi.
We can say what up, Jody. My name is Ernesto, and this is Joshua. We met you at Comic-Con. Pleasure to meet you again.
The best part is
Ernesto,
when he said goodbye and he said our names from our badge.
he
Ernesto?
looked down at our badges that said Ernesto and Joshua, which is hilarious. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're nearing the end of it as we get there. Congratulations on the 6 billion points. That's awesome. We'll talk more pinball. We'll get Fox to appreciate it just a little bit more, as well as everything else.
I'm saying Costco.
We gotta find a Costco.
Sell a pinball.
That's gotta happen.
And this full name, 19K Fox.
We'll buy a pinball machine if it's at Costco. Have a great night, everybody. See you guys next time. We'll see you in Vegas. Probably next time we'll be making content.
Yep.
Talk to you guys later. Bye.
See ya.